I mean, I understand some of your approach. I mean, sometimes we take a hard bite. It helps us as politicians.
Nowadays, when I listen to you, I even panic.
Why?
Maybe, hey,
Why do you panic?
the way you, Papa, you know Papa.
Figuratively, he bites as hard as he can.
Okay.
And of course, when he puts his fangs into you, you certainly feel it. I think it prickles.
Watch Johnny's bite.
Bismillahir Rahman Rahim. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen. Hasbunallah wa ni'mal wakil. The Lord is my light and my salvation. Whom shall I fear? And yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil, for you art with me. Thy rod and thy staff, they comfort me. Thou prepares a table before me in the presence of my enemies. You anoint my head with oil, my cup runneth over, and surely goodness and mercy shall follow me all the days of my life. And I will dwell in the house of the Lord forever and ever. Amen. Assalamu alaikum. It's Wednesday, the 15th of January. Welcome to Johnny's Bite. Let me first of all take time to celebrate a good brother of mine and a good friend, Ernest Simon Ashi. Today is his birthday. Happy birthday to you, Ernest Simon Ashi. We call you chairman. My brother, happy birthday. If it's your birthday as well, happy birthday to you. And also to properly salute Savida. Savida are the providers of my smoke. Very regal and royal indeed. I want to say thank you to Savida for making sure that this provision is made. Thank you very much indeed, Savida. And they make some of the best smokes that you can ever find across the country. So, Savida, thank you very much. And happy birthday to you, Mr. Ernest Simon Ashi, a.k.a. Chairman. Now, I want to do a bit of a throwback to 4 years ago and then to 7 years ago. I want to do this throwback because things that were spoken about then, 7 years ago and 4 years ago, are forbidden by some people to be spoken about today. Now, I remember that when Mr. Martin Alamisi Benz Kaiser Amidu was first appointed as office of the special prosecutor holder or as a special prosecutor, I posted about him. And I'm speaking about appointment because now the government is only 9 days or so in its office. But when you talk about it, people will call you names. This was what I posted about Mr. Martin Amidu. This was on 11th of January, 2018, 7 years ago. That's how Facebook reminded me. And I said, a nominated special prosecutor, Martin Amidu, smiles wildly. I wish I could read his mind. Hashtag Ajala. And for those of us who attended GIJ, we know what it means. So this was what I posted. I spoke about 8 nominations then, and I spoke about many of them, including talking about Kojo Oponkroma being the brightest spot that Nanado had at the time. Well, the passage of time told us a different story altogether, but that's a conversation for another day. I had cause to talk about appointees then. Take me to 2021. I put in a testimonial for Dr. Bernard Okoboy because I had experienced him. This was what I wrote about Okoboy. And addressed it to the President of the Republic at the time. And then carbon copied his wife, beautiful Rebecca Akufo-Addo. I said, Dear President Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, same day, 11 January 2021, 11 January 2018. I said, please, Dr. Bernard Okoboy is a good candidate for the health minister post. He showed great promise as deputy, settled the dust when the COVID-19 comes was all over, etc. Ghana can count on his energies and selflessness tremendously, methinks. Then I blew a whistle and I tagged. And the very people who today say you can't talk about appointments only less than 10 days into a new government is shocking. I wrote this. If you expand, you see that some of the people who say don't talk about it, they're calling you names, they were under this post liking and sharing it. So you see the level, the height of hypocrisy. How do we build a nation when it is not me, then it is not good? If it is me, then it is good. How do you propose to build a nation like that? How do we want to build a nation like that? If it is not about me and you're not talking about me, then you see why a lot of people kept quiet, including Chas. I'm saying this again. We're hearing that President Mahama says, oh, he has given authorization for emergency food to be sent to the secondary schools. It took Charles an opportunity to let a government go before they spoke up to say that parents, give your children food to bring to school. Bright Appear and the Child Rights International say, no, we cannot have that situation because it would defeat the purpose of free SHS. Now the president of the day says, I have given an order, take emergency supplies to the schools. And that's all we want to see. Leadership, not paper leadership. Leadership that leads from the front, not leadership that plays catch up. I said this, under 10 days, today is day 9, out of the first 120 days. 10 regional ministers have been named, 3 ministers designated for 3 key sectors have been vetted by Parliament, MMDC's appointment have been revoked. Many things have happened just under 10 days. And the voices on the street say, if President Mahama continues in this direction and doesn't lose focus and is running at this top speed, maybe, just maybe, we will take back our former glory again. Maybe, just maybe, we will take back our former glory again. So, a few weeks ago, and I'll say this again, a few weeks ago, there were people who were so sure that Ghana was going to do so well. Just a few weeks on, because a candidate that they preferred did not win the election, the nation is going to burn. And I said, this is low budget Togo jeans kind of thinking and patriotism. It must never be encouraged. However, one of the things that I think we should encourage, there's a headmistress with 2 students. And when I saw the video, my heart melted. And I doffed my hat for the headmistress. And the 2 youngsters who saw the purse, I'm told they saw a purse full of money or filled with money. There were banknotes and there were coins. And they brought it. They didn't take, even though there's no food in the school, they didn't take the money. They returned it. Honesty and integrity. And I like the fact that the headmistress of Swesco decided that she would make this public and also give them a gift from her own pocket and give them a hug, a sweet hug for it. Let's go to Swesco, please. Let's see the video from Swesco, the headmistress with the school children.
Coins. We are waiting for whoever has misplaced her purse. I will not talk of the color of the purse. I want the person to come identify the color of the purse, the amount. As for the paper amount, the person may be sure. But the coins, enough of coins. And this boy brought the purse to the administration. Another round of applause for him. This is what we want. This is what we want. And so, in my own small way, I have this 20 Ghana for him. Yes. Right here. Take this money. Keep it up, okay? Keep it up. Well done. Well done. Thank you very much. My dear, you can come. You also have this, You keep it up. Because the fact is that some people are stealing. Yes. Some people are busily stealing. And so if they come across the monies and then they will bring it, these are virtues that we want you to uphold. And coins. We are waiting for whoever has misplaced her purse. I will not talk of the color of the purse.
And I admire the headmistress so much. You have no idea. If all headmistresses could do this to encourage the next generation not to become thieves, not to steal before somebody comes to say, we want to set up Operation Recover All Loot, to come and recover whatever loot there is, I'm sure that this country would have been better. And I salute particularly the 2 students. They saw it, and you had the headmistress. People are busily stealing. Their parents should be celebrated. Their circle of friends that they keep should be celebrated. The kind of associations that they have should be celebrated. And this is an example that should be emulated by every Tom, Dick, and Harry. Integrity and honesty. Maintaining their dignity every step of the way. The headmistress did very well. I salute her. And these are the kind of people that GA should be paying attention to. And these students, if I had my own way, you grant them some good scholarship. Because it's not just about test score. It's about how those tenets and principles have been ingrained and imbibed into their system to the point that they saw money, there's hunger in the school, and not just Swiss school, all across. Just said it, we are not manufacturing that fact or that truth or that information. But they decided that we have seen somebody's money. We do not know the purpose for which this individual had this stash of cash, and we will return it to the school administration for it to be given to the rightful owner. That is integrity and honesty. Because if they are taking the money and then there had been a search in the school, that would have become their own version of Operation Recover or Loot. And the consequences may have been dire. Suspension, indefinite suspension, dismissal, anything at all could have happened. They would be embarrassed, their friends would be embarrassed, their parents would be embarrassed, even the school would be embarrassed. But on this golden occasion, they stood up, chin in, chest out, and they did the honors. I salute them, and I salute the headmistress for celebrating them. Now, the former boss of ECG has been talking, Mr. Dubik Mahama. There's a quote card. Please put it up. Let's read it together. And he made a very interesting comment. Solving Ghana's energy challenges. He spoke on agenda, hosted by Beatrice Edu. He says the problem is financial. Electricity is bought in dollars, sold in cedis, and foreign exchange or forex changes have worsened the situation. Even if ECG collects 100%, it will still be in a hole. Samuel Dubik Mahama Esquire, former MD of ECG. This is what he said. Solving Ghana's energy challenges. The problem is financial. Note it, it's not a wisdom problem, as we were made to believe. The problem is financial. Electricity is bought in dollars. If the fundamentals are weak, the exchange rate will expose you. Sold in cedis. And forex changes have worsened the situation. Even if ECG collects 100%, it will still be in a hole. So we knew what the problem was all along. We have always known the problem. When Mr. Dubik Mahama thought that it was time for him to resign, he said he was resigning on personal basis or for personal reasons. He did not tell us this when he was leaving ECG. Or did he tell us and I missed it? Maybe I missed it. He did not tell us this when he was leaving the ECG. Now power has changed, so he can talk and tell us what the real situation is. I thought that we were told that we have excess capacity, that we were paying for, that we didn't need. Or that was not the conversation that was told to us. That we have excess capacity of power that we were buying and paying for that we didn't need. I thought that we were told that an exchange rate where we were swapping $1 for 17 cedis is better than when we were swapping $1 for 4 cedis or less than 4 cedis. I thought that we were told that that was a better time. So why is he now talking? The problem has always been known. It is the interest of people that stands in the way of the development of this country. And I wore this beautiful smock from Savida for a reason, with our national colors, to remind us first of all of our patriotism and of our nationalism. Not Togo jeans, low budget Togo jeans kind of patriotism. Because Togo jeans itself, you know what the problem is. Now it's low budget too. He's talking now. He's talking now. He's talking now. Why didn't he tell us this in the past? And is this problem new? It's the question. We have always known the problem, but because of politics, we fail to talk. I said, when Mr. Dubik Mahama was leaving ECG, he said he was leaving ECG for personal reasons. The letter is still there. He resigned, he left. He knew what the problem was. he did not tell the public. Some will say, oh yeah, he resigned at some point, so you can't blame him entirely. I agree. But he owed us, the people of Ghana, a duty and a responsibility to have told us what he is now saying with the benefit of the change in power. He should have told us this down. He didn't tell us. Well, now he has told us. Now we know what the situation is. Would that change how much electricity will be sold for? I don't know. Is he speaking now because of the conversations around the privatization of ECG? I don't know. Is he speaking now because about 8,000 pool workers are not happy about the thoughts of privatization? I don't know. Is he speaking now because power may cost us some more? I don't know. I am only saying that I am surprised that he is speaking now and telling us what the real situation is. This is the scorecard. This is the terminal report. That the problem of ECG and the problem within our energy sector has always been financial. Finish. So the conversation about it being a wisdom problem where people were literally publicly insulted by all manner of persons and communicators. Now we know what the truth is. So now that we know the problem, we have solved it halfway. Now we need to properly solve the problem. But what will it cost the taxpayer and the ordinary Ghanaian? That should be something that should engage your mind this morning. And this should be a lesson to everybody who is given an opportunity to hold a public office to serve the people. Be like PCRP Ofori. Be like Martin Amidu. If the thing is A, say it is A and be free. So that nobody will come and stand on TV or be on radio or discuss you on a newspaper segment or a news review segment and be mentioning your name and say, so you knew the problem all along and you did not tell us. So that nobody will. So that nobody will. Some of the utterances that were made back then by the same former MD, they are there. The tapes are there. The tapes are there. All the tapes, they are there. Well, now there's a photo of President John Mahama with security chiefs. Please put the photo up for me. And I want to respectfully address the President of the Republic. Today is Wednesday. He's not a Wednesday born like his predecessor, my day born. But I welcome President Mahama, and I salute you, President Mahama. I did this for President Akufo-Addo in the first years of his government when the goodwill was so up high. Until he decided that I won't do reshuffle. He decided that if you talk, I won't listen. Lajean Mpalebru, a French scholar, he was talking, when he wanted power, he was speaking to us in Twi. When he got power, he started speaking to us in French parables. Anyway, so this is the picture. Look at it carefully. Dear President Mahama, I know that there are indications for you to appoint your defense minister, interior minister, national security advisor, national security coordinator, and director of the BNI or the NIB. It is good. But you see, you must remember that let the retirees go and let the young grow is a very, very important national development agenda. If you look to your left, 1, 2, 3, the man after Mr. Julius Deborah, the Comptroller General of the Immigration Service, he has gone past the age of 60. Contract extension came. I think another one came. Right? If you look behind you, right behind you, after the military general, up there, the fire service boss, he has gone past the age of 60. Contract extension came, or it did not come. Then you look on that same line where you come down where the military generals are, the chief of air staff, next to him, you will find the director general of prisons. He actually even went home. Then he was called back to come. When it was his birthday, we put his picture up there, we wished him happy birthday. He was happy to go home. And then he was called back by Otutu Brofo Nanado to come back. When you do this within the security sector, Mr. President, and you endorse it, and I hope you don't endorse it. I hope you respectfully ask the people who have gone past the age of retirement to go home. When you do this, and you endorse what has been done in the past, and there are so many issues that came around. Juniors being promoted over seniors, their rent allowance not being paid. Meanwhile, they live in accommodations that have high security, but the men who serve under them do not have their accommodation allowances paid. And I think it's in arrears. Only 1 quarter was paid in 2024 or so. The rest have been in arrears. So there's no peace of mind. But when you do that, Mr. President, and you endorse an old people's brigade, what you do is that you have actually insulted the other people who are ready to take over, who are qualified to take over. Technically, what was done in the past was an insult to all others who were ready and qualified to take over. May I submit to you respectfully that some people have been on one rank for 6 years, 7 years, one rank. Senior officers have been on one rank for 6 years, 7 years in this country. One rank. Where people were getting promoted twice in a day. In this country, Kogan, and I showed empirical evidence, videos, pictures, and audio clips. I have shown them all here. Juniors promoted over seniors. It's there. I told you about something the other time where there was supposed to be Commander Ray, and there was the Lieutenant Colonels, about 90 of them. They were so angry, they were so agitated. Before they knew, their junior had been promoted over and above them, and now he's at post. I told you about it the other time. There were over 90 Lieutenant Colonels who were waiting. A major was put over and above them. The security sector needs a proper overhaul. I'm telling you. So you see the retirees around you, forget about the salute. Their days of saluting are over. They need to go home so they will be saluted. They have gone past the age of retirement. And I say if you keep them there, it is actually going to be an insult to those who are qualified. And there are a lot of very intelligent people, very well qualified, very well experienced people within these three services who can take over to become either Director General, Comptroller General, or Chief Fire Officer. National Chief Fire Officer. I'm telling you. I am not making this up. When you speak to the officers, the men and women in uniform, they will tell you most of them are not happy. And need I remind you, Mr. President, that in the garrisons, in the barracks, in the wherever it is, you won overwhelmingly. What does that say to you? It says that the people are loyal to you, and it tells you that the men and women in uniform were tired of a certain situation, so they wanted you to come to change it. Don't repeat the sins that was committed by your predecessor. And this promoting juniors over seniors thing, it cut across every sector of our society. Every sector. No sector was what do you call it? Excused. Every sector had a brush of that paint. Every sector. I'm saying that the three retirees within this sector, this is the last. Kiss them goodbye, salute them, and let them go home. The Chief Fire Officer has gone past retirement. Should go. The Director General of Prisons gone past retirement. He should go. And then the Comptroller General of Immigration gone past retirement. They should go. I beg you. I am speaking on behalf of the men and women in uniform who have spoken to me, many of them in confidence. And when you make the argument and say, oh, when he came, he has changed the structure. Look at the frontage of our headquarters. Look at this, look at that. I say, boss, Jerry Rawlings said something. He said we must build the system so robust so that even if we bring the devil to rule over us, he has no business playing stupid. What we need is systems. Like Obama also repeated. We don't need strongmen within the systems. So, Mr. President, I'm telling you, what the men and women in uniform down there are saying. We'll come to recruitment later, not today, later. I'll show you videos of people wearing Pluto Lanlan at training centers. I'll show you. But we'll come to it later. Now, one other place that immediately, Mr. President, I beg you, you have to pay attention to is Gihok. As we speak, the workers of Gihok, Kwame Nkrumah's own Gihok, they are not working. The factory is open, but they are not producing. Play the video, just be playing the videos. The factory is open, but they are not working. You know why? They say the MD, Mr. Kofi Juma, he doesn't come to work. He's at home. He's in Kumasi or so. And he's asking for monies. Because the general manager now, appointed by him, so checks have already been prepared and they are being issued. In the meantime, the workers say they were promised bonuses, including their own salaries, that are in arrears. And they say that, oh, we even owe too much. Like sometimes some people come back to carry their ethanol and take away. This is Gihok, oh, this is Gihok. And I tell you, the Gihok that the Adekoka-led chairmanship, Adekoka chairmanship left for Kofi Juma to take over, right? This is the improved Gihok. Back then, they used to have what? They will cook starch, they will dip, paintbrush in it, they will smear it on the bottle, and then put the sticker on it. Now they have machines that do those things. But I can tell you on authority, if you go to Gihok this morning, the workers, they are not working. And I have showed you here how Gihok, for example, has employed more people, but their production has dwindled, which means that profit will also dwindle. And Gihok products are not products that are supposed to struggle in terms of sales. No. But this is Gihok. And the Gihok situation is so heart-wrenching to the point that I said, look, Ablakwa, good morning to you. Operation Recover or Loot. There's an over 500,000 scandal at Gihok. The matter is at Kaneshi police station. CDs, over 500,000 CDs, scandal. Some workers of Gihok took the money. They chopped the money. When they caught them, they said, oh, they will pay back the money. Where are they paying back the money to? Into which account? Is it to a private account or to the state account? I said, the matter is at the Kaneshi police station. If you go and they refuse to come, I'll give you the documents. I'll guide you. I'll show you where to look. I will show you where to look. I've said it here 3 times. Nobody has dared challenge it. Go to Kaneshi police station first. Ask of the Gihok matter. If they deny, it's over 520-something thousand. If they deny, come, I'll give you the details. If the police cannot be truthful enough, I will give you the details. Some of the Gihok staff, they have run away because they know what they have done. But you see, it is a small world. There's Interpol, there's Red Alert. It is a small world. And because I have followed this Gihok matter for a long time, I have the details. I have showed so many documents here. Look, even their pensions, Metropolitan Insurance had to literally write and tell Mr. Kofi Juma that, you have been deducting monies from these workers and you are not bringing the monies for us to manage. The workers will have expectations that after 10, 20 years, their monies have been deducted. So they are expecting a certain level of dividend because we invested it. But you are not bringing the money. So we are reminding you. SNIT took Gihok to court. GRA had cause to write to remind Gihok that you owed over 230 million cedis at some point. And they even wrote to NIB to say, look, we will garnish the account. And in fact, the accounts were garnished. So when Gihok sells, they actually put their monies onto Momo and other private stuff so that the monies can come. They don't put it through the bank account. I'm telling you, the rot that has happened at Gihok, you have no idea. We will go to the Aboso area, the glass factory. We will go to their facilities across the country. The rot that has happened at Gihok, you have no idea. And then we will check those who are on the payroll, who do not go to work, who are not supposed to be staff of Gihok, but draw salaries. Operation Recover and Loot, it will be sweet. It will be very, very sweet. So I am saying, Mr. President, Gihok, as we speak now, is not producing. And effective immediately, Mr. President, you need to find somebody to go to Gihok and galvanize the people so that they can start producing again. Effective immediately. The people that's, I don't know how to describe this. I don't want to describe it in a way that's coming, because it's coming to me in Ghana, so I don't want to say it. Let me leave it. Final one. Play a video of Mr. George Sewusu, former MP for Bekwai. For me, play the video in Parliament.
Happy with the way that I am treated. The rules, or else I'll go past you and call other people. Mr. Chairman, I think that I have to make it clear that I am not happy with the way that I am treated on this committee. Mr. Chairman, I want it on record that I never impugned ill motives to the nominee. I simply referred to scandals and sought to find out how he left the bank, so we assure ourselves that he had no role in those scandals, because a vice president was held responsible and he also left as vice president. I never impugned ill motive, I never accused him, and I would like that to be on record that I am not happy about the way you have treated me on this committee.
Honorable Suhini, you're not ready to ask the question, I'll move on.
To my next question.
No, I've ruled you out. I'm asking another person too.
What kind of rudeness is it?
Honorable Cabo.
Honorable Bernard here for good morning to you. Bernard here for MP for Akachi South and Deputy Speaker of Parliament, First Deputy Speaker. Good morning to you. The people on the streets and on Facebook and other social media platforms have asked me to play this video to you to let you know how chairmanship in Parliament of a vetting committee, that there's a template. The immediate past template is what you saw. So this is your new template of Father for All. I will admit questions from friends who visit us, who are not part, and to the point where even those friends sometimes come to challenge you, and then they get extra questions, opportunity to ask questions. The people said I should tell you that that is not how the chairmanship is done. And the rules remain the rules. You cannot change the rules. The people have asked me to play this video for you. Some have used words like you are weak, you are indecisive and all of that. I will not use those on you. But I'm saying that I'm just playing the video that the people asked me to play to you. They saw your first show as chairman when the vetting of the three, Kesela Tuforsin, Dr. Ayini and Dr. Jinapo happened. And not many people know that John Jinapo is now a PhD holder. Not many people know. So I'm informing you. We saw it, the three doctors. And how your good heart gave a lot of liberal opportunities to people who eventually decided that they were co-chair of the committee. I've never heard of a co-chair of a vetting committee in this country before. Alasan Suhini, MP for Tamale North, is a legitimate member of that vetting committee. Legitimate member of that vetting committee. He asked a question that the chairman disagreed with. And many people said that the chairman was even trying to shield the nominee at the time. His question was overruled, and his opportunity to even ask a question was even squashed. He did not get an opportunity to ask a question again of the nominee. And Ghana did not burn. This was at the time when it was even 137 plus 137 plus 1. You have over 180, and you are doing Father for All. Your people are not happy with you. The nation is looking at you because we want to get the best out of the nominees who come before you, and we want to get the best of commitment from the nominees. And in private practice, you're a very good lawyer. At some point when the heat gets to you, we hear you raising your voice, which is also not good. But we have showed you the video from the not so distant past of how chairmanship of the vetting committee is done. There is a template. So do not be cowered into certain submission because some people may be trying to make statements that seek to want to corner you or blackmail you or make you look bad. No. As chairman of the vetting committee, the people have asked me to play this video for you. And I will play it again. But please note these numbers. 055-924-2717. 055-924-2717. And 055-691-0154. 055-691-0154. Call this number after this short video. Good morning.
You know, I've watched you. Sometimes our people disagree with you, but I mean, I understand.